My 23 male, sister 26, recently got married to one of those "it's just a prank bro" guys. The guy is hysterical. He laughs at any and everything that he lays eyes on. He jokes, teases, makes fun, and pulls very nasty and cruel pranks all the time. It's like he has no filter. Some say he's mentally ill, especially after he started telling jokes at his own father's funeral and almost caused my sister to get injured from his count the stairs prank. The family and I got our fair share of his ridiculous pranking campaign, and we've had enough. But to him, it's not enough, apparently. On the other hand, the kids love him and say he's fun, so that's one positive thing about him. The wedding was days ago. Once he learned I was bringing my girlfriend, 20, who he teased and pranked a couple of times, he started making comments about pulling some funny pranks at the wedding. I told him I wouldn't react well, and he could do with this info what he will. He just laughed me off, ha-ha type of laugh. Then I didn't see him until the wedding. After the ceremony and while the guests were eating, he saw me and my girlfriend standing talking to several guests and mutual friends, and he approached us with a glass of milk in his hand. No idea why he had it, and kept commenting on my girlfriend and me. He invited me to propose to her right then, so his wedding will always overshadow the memory of my proposal. Then said, "Relax, just a joke, bro." Then laughed. My girlfriend was standing next to me in her $320 dress when my brother-in-law pointed to the left hand and shouted, "Look, there's a dog over there." My girlfriend and I looked to the left, and the next thing I knew, he threw milk from his glass on her dress. It was a blue dress. My girlfriend was so shocked she froze. He started laughing, saying, "Gotcha." I was stunned when I asked what the heck he did that for. I lashed out at him as my girlfriend rushed to clean up, and I called him obnoxious and mean because he shouldn't have done that. He said he was just messing with us, and my girlfriend should feel lucky for being served milk at a wedding. But my girlfriend was too uptight and couldn't take a joke. She left looking angry and didn't respond to my calls. I was livid. After I argued with my brother-in-law, I left. The next day I called him and my sister about what happened, and I told them I expected him to pay $320 for the dress he ruined. He threw a fit, saying it was just a prank, and my sister said milk didn't ruin a dress, and said an apology should do it. But I said no, and demanded he pay $320 after humiliating and getting my girlfriend wet and messy. My sister argued, saying I was overprotective of my girlfriend, but I hung up, telling them they had till Friday. Am I the idiot? Edit. My girlfriend doesn't work. Her parents paid for her dress, and so they're equally upset as her, if not more. My sister said my girlfriend and her parents shouldn't be spending that much on a dress if they can't handle the possibility of it being ruined by any chance. Not the idiot. Personally, it would have been hard for me not to prank back with a fist to his mouth immediately. Congratulations on your restraint. What was your sister thinking about marrying this guy? He's not a prankster. He's an inconsiderate, immature idiot. He thought it would be funny to throw milk on someone's dress? Maybe someone should throw damaging liquids on his clothing and tell him that it's just a prank. Even if the dress could be repaired, your girlfriend had to stand around in a wet and messy dress. Requiring him to pay $320 for damaging the dress is a way of punishing him for his wrongdoing. And so what if you were protective of your girlfriend? That's a good thing. You don't want her to be humiliated or hurt, which is the sign of a good boyfriend. Not the idiot. Visit him regularly and perform a costly prank at his expense each time until he relents, pays for the dress, and begs you to stop ruining his stuff. It will be hilarious. Oops, I dumped a beer in your PlayStation 5. Gotcha. A prank war with this kind of idiot will never work because his pranks are just malicious events. This is the kind of guy who won't think anything of pouring sugar in a gas tank and slashing tires. Trying to keep up with him will just cost OP too much, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Better for OP to let his sister know he'll be there when she needs help to escape the marriage, and then go low contact/no contact. I have one better. Get the girlfriend and her parents to file assault charges, then have him served at work in front of his coworkers. If his bosses are present, even better. They won't need the details. just that brother-in-law committed an assault on a young woman and caused exacerbated trauma. Let their imaginations do the rest. Then sit back and watch them squirm. My daughter has wanted me to visit her husband, and her 4 children for a while now. I'm not particularly eager to go to anyone's home because I like them to be neatly kept before I enter them. I kept my home pristine. Nothing is out of place, and you could eat off the floor. It's never dirty, messy, or cluttered. It's as clean as a model home, and that's how I prefer it. My daughter has a beagle inside, and sometimes dog hair is on the furniture. Also, there are toys strewn about, dirty dishes in the sink, unfolded laundry in baskets, book bags, paper, lunch boxes on the table, and just not up to my standards at all. Just being in her home makes my skin crawl because of how messy it is. I can't be in there for long. She tells me to relax and that the clutter won't kill me, but she doesn't realize how badly it affects me. I told her that she needed to clean the house well before I arrived if she wanted me to visit. So dishes washed, laundry put away, sweep, vacuum, mop, put the kids' things away that are on the floor and table. I don't think that that's unreasonable, and she threw a fit at me. She said I could just stay home then if the only way I'm going to visit is if she deep cleans her house right before. I had my other daughter, who keeps a neat home, call her and tell her that I visit her when she cleans, and that just made my daughter even angrier. She's telling everyone in our family that my love is conditional and that I'm an idiot. Am I? What you are describing seems like a normal mess for a large family with pets, and a pathological need for cleanliness on your part. I won't call you an idiot for your apparent mental health disorder, but you are the idiot for getting your other daughter involved. Consider therapy. This I too feel my skin crawl when the house isn't pristine, like something bad will happen if I don't clean everything all at once. This is not normal. The fact that your compulsion to clean and be clean has stopped you from seeing your daughter? Please, OP, see a mental health professional. My issues were caused by my mother, who also has these issues. It sounds like your neat daughter, I'm guessing she's the oldest, took after you, so of course she is the golden child. Reality check. You probably forced her and traumatized her to be that way. Your other daughter didn't fall for it and is now hurt because you won't spend time with her or your grandkids. Agree. From the title, I expected the house to be a biohazard or too cluttered to walk through safely, but not visiting because of her dog hair, laundry baskets, and dishes? That sounds like she has a condition that needs to be addressed. And having the other daughter call and say, "My house is clean and mom visits me," is ruining 2 relationships. Not the idiot, and please don't listen to everyone on this post saying you are. As someone who at times truly can't stand dogs, cats, pets, etc., I understand where you're coming from. You've laid out your terms to visit, and it's not your fault if your daughter won't clean up. I will admit it's a high expectation, but it doesn't make you the idiot. Your daughter wants you to visit her. You don't want to because her house causes you anxiety. Your stipulations are, if she wants you to visit, the house needs to be clean. Remember, she wants you to visit her, not the other way around. So she has to clean it up. My male 34, wife's 30 birthday was a couple of weeks ago. She was very honest and vocal about what she wanted, and it was a bracelet. So I bought it for her, and it cost me $300 using my own account. We do not purchase each other's gifts using the joint account. Since money is tight, this gift broke my back, but still, I wanted her to feel appreciated on her birthday. I gave her the bracelet and she was thrilled, said she admired it and put it on right away. Later that night and after the birthday celebration was over, I found out that my wife purchased a $900 necklace using my account. I asked why she bought herself a gift, knowing I had already purchased her a gift, and asked why she used my money. She nervously said she wasn't sure that I would get her anything for her birthday, so she planned ahead and bought the necklace. She said that she had used my money because, obviously, the gift is supposed to come from me. I was puzzled as she explained her reasons. I was mad. $900 was a lot to spend on a gift. Besides, I had already bought her a gift, so this was an unnecessary spending process. I told her that since I did bring her the gift she wanted, she needed to return the alternate gift she bought. She refused and argued that I was heartless and selfish to make her return her birthday gift. I insisted and told her I'd do it myself if she kept refusing. She said she would just return the $300 gift, but I said no, not the $300 gift that I agreed to pay for, and she should return the $900 gift I never decided to let her have. She returned it after I pressured her and kept sulking, saying I'm a controlling idiot with no regard for her feelings on her birthday. She got her sister involved, and she ended up calling me an abusive idiot for making money a priority over my wife's happiness. It's been 2 weeks since she's still cold shouldering me. Not the idiot. This chick literally committed a felony and then twisted the logic to make it seem like you were getting her a gift, also that she could manipulate you into making her return her gift you got her. There's something wrong with this girl, man. I guarantee you this isn't the first time this logic has come into play, and it certainly won't be the last. I don't like using the term so much, but it's a definite case of gaslighting. If it were actually a just-in-case gift that she got as a backup, she would have every intention of returning upon receiving your actual gift. She had no intention of returning it. It wasn't a just-in-case gift. She was hoping she could sneak this by you. Then, when you called her out on it, tried to gaslight you into believing you were somehow the bad guy. Nope, definitely not, amigo. Not the idiot. Not only that, but she told you what she wanted and you got it for her. All I can see is that she saw something else that took her sudden fancy, but knew you couldn't afford it, but went ahead and got it anyway. Also, you have said yourself money is tight, and it broke your back. Lovely necklace. Pity it won't look so shiny at night, you know, when the electricity is shut off. Sorry for the melodramatics. I just wanted to make a point. There is a heartless, selfish, controlling idiot in this story, but it isn't you, OP. My female 27, husband 29, has a friend male 30 from college, who he calls brother. They're inseparable. They hang out together a lot and are very close. His friends tend to act rudely sometimes. He's stubborn and thinks he's got some sense of humor. I tolerate his behavior since it's not that weird, but things got worse when I got pregnant. He started calling my unborn son Thomas, even though we told him I picked my grandfather's name for my son. He kept doing it even after my son was born. Not only that, but he'd post pictures of my son on Facebook and type Tommy instead of my son's original name, which got people confused. I talked to my husband and then explained to his friend that he should stop calling my son Thomas, but he kept doing it even more. He even came up with more nicknames besides the name itself. It all came to a head last night when my husband's friend visited us while my family was visiting. Once he walked in, he repeatedly started calling my son Thomas. Everyone was confused. I felt awful. I angrily corrected him in front of everyone and told him my son's name was not Thomas. He said that Thomas was a lot cooler and better than the name I picked in his defense. My family heard and were hurt since that was my grandfather's name. I told him to stop calling him that, and he said he could call him Thomas while we call him whatever, no problem. I got mad and I told him he's no longer welcome to our house until he learns to call my son by his real name and stop this disrespect. My husband's friend argued with me and then left. It was awkward. My husband said his friend wanted to use this name and we should accept it, but I humiliated and embarrassed his friend by berating him in front of my family, then kicked him out. He went on about him being our son's uncle, and I should respect that. I stood my ground and told him his friend wasn't welcome or even allowed to see our son unless he agreed to call him with his name. This upset my husband, and he's now saying his friend isn't speaking to him, and I might have ruined their 10 years of friendship with what I did. He added that I should stop trying to control what comes out of other people's mouths and respect their opinions, just like I should respect that his friend thinks the name my son has is stupid. Am I the idiot? Was I being controlling? My husband's friend felt so strongly about the name, to the point where he kept nagging us about choosing it before my son was born. Finally, when I tried to talk to him about it, he said after we ignored his name choice, then at least he gets to use it, and I shouldn't get upset about it. Not the idiot. This is an odd thing for the friend to be doing and really disrespectful. Does he realize this isn't his baby? Who on earth does that guy think he is, calling your kid by another name? Doesn't he realize that's messed up for the kid? And he dares to permit you, the mother, to call your kid whatever? I can't even tell you what I would have done to him if he said that to me. And your husband. more worried about his idiot friend not speaking to him than about the fact that the friend thinks he's entitled to call the kid what he wants. That's a red flag. The husband is spineless, who just accepts that someone is calling their child another name. Good Lord, get a backbone. The OP is correct to turf this man out of her house, especially as the child will be growing up, and this stupid nickname will cause him confusion. This is the part that gets me. If one of my friends stepped into my house, disrespected not only my wife, not only my son, but also a late family member, and did it in front of the rest of the family, I wouldn't be mad at my wife, not at all, unless she didn't kick his sorry butt out, assuming I wasn't right there to do it myself. The sheer gall of it all is so out there to me. I couldn't imagine. I have friends I've known for over half my life. Not only would they never be so stubbornly rude and dumb, they know it wouldn't stand up well with me to begin with, even if they wanted to be. This guy has to get his priorities straight. Not the idiot, and good on OP for standing up to these guys. My wife and I have 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 teen and 1 tween, and a girl, pre-tween. We originally thought we couldn't have kids, so we decided to foster and then adopt our oldest, Brian, when he was 3. We've never lied to him about being adopted, but he also knows we love him as our child, and we would do anything for him. Most of our family were accepting when we adopted, but some, like my mother, who's really old-fashioned, were less than enthusiastic about it. She never really accepted Brian, especially after he came out in the 8th grade. Brian will have a birthday soon, and he confided in us that his only wish for his birthday was to learn more about his birth parents. I'll admit it hurt a bit when he asked, though after giving it some thought, we told him that we didn't know much because it was a closed adoption, but we would help him find out. My brother had his wedding yesterday at my house, mostly just immediate family. My brother works at the county clerk's office, so I asked if he could help us find Brian's birth parents, which he went back and talked to my mom about. Later after the wedding, my mom corners Brian, and I just hear her screaming about how ungrateful Brian is for wanting to know the people who abandoned him after we took him in, that he should be grateful for us not putting him out like his real family did, and called him names. I just got so mad that I cursed her out and screamed at her to get out of my house and never come back. I could see how hurt she looked as she left, and I've been getting calls from the family saying I shouldn't have acted like that. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. You are a good parent. Your love for your child shows through your words and actions. You did the absolute right thing for defending him. I would never allow my mother back into my house if she attacked one of my children in their security. It would be immediate no contact. Not the idiot, obviously, but let's examine the logic here. It's okay for her to scream at a teenager and tell him he's lucky he's not being kicked out onto the street with 0 resources. It's not okay for you to scream at a grown woman in defense of said teenager and kick her out of your home when she has plenty of resources in her own freaking home. Come on. How hurt she looked? Doesn't matter. She screamed a slur at your son because he dares to want to know about his birth family? Her feelings stopped counting the moment she called him names for something reasonable. Your brother is an idiot too for spilling the beans, but your mother cornered your son and screamed a slur at him because he wants to know where he came from? That's normal. That's healthy. The fact he came to you means he trusts you to help him and trust him in return. Not the idiot. Instead of thinking about how hurt your mother looked as she was stomping around in a tantrum, think about how hurt your poor innocent son is. Keep his face in mind when idiot family members try to guilt trip you. Your mother deserved every word you said, and I sincerely hope that for your child's sake, you keep your word and never let her in your and his home ever again.